This video would just be like PSA, public service announcement, or whatnot. So I don't know. I'm not going to, point any fingers at anyone, but I know there are, people that's out here like this, where, as I said before, when I started my tarot page back in 2017, when I first left Philadelphia to go down south to Florida, I still love Florida, still love down south, so I'm going to keep talking about it. But when I went to go down there, when I came back to Philly, I was down south for like 5 months. And as you guys know, I visited Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, um, Marietta, Florida, uh, Jacksonville, Atlanta, Miami. I didn't go down there. I didn't get a chance to have fun because I didn't go down there. I didn't go down there for that, but it was nice. Like, that was the first time I actually left Philly my whole life. Like, my whole 25 years, I never left Philadelphia. So I hope y'all can still hear me. Somebody's playing music. But as you guys know, in 2017 is when I created my tarot page, and as I said, I did it for self-expression. Being a motherless child, as I told y'all before, my mom passing before I got a chance to meet her, if that's actually my birth mother. So I started my page 2017, and then things, went a little rocky with people that I was close to, like my family. As I told y'all before, I was also, I've been Muslim. I was Muslim since 2009, all the way up until 2017. So when I had my first daughter, is when I took my shahada. She was about 5-6 months or so. So, but tarot, I was doing since I was a child. So I started that, and my relationships with my friends and stuff, became distant because they believed in other things. As I told y'all before, I don't associate spirituality with religion. Spirituality and religion is two different things. And you guys should know why, okay? But I'm not going to get into that on this video. But I did it for, as I said, self-expression, to dig deeper within myself. I was in a period of time in my life where I was allowing things to happen to me that I should have been able to fight. Okay, so I was going through a battle within myself, and I just wanted to speak out about that. So fast forward, since 2017, I don't know if people look at it like, I did something where I was getting attention, and like making a business or creating something, that come with, either jealousy, envy, or, with people wanting attention in certain ways that's not really appropriate, like even going through you to get attention. So those of you who keep trying to make the situation, it's not always about me. I'm not a selfish person. I'm in the time in my life, at the time in my life where I'm learning to be selfish, because I have never been selfish. So I'm learning to focus only on myself. I'm learning to say, no, this money is for me. I'm learning to say, I'm doing this for me, without always having to incorporate or consider other people. Especially if it's about something that I have, full control over. So me talking on a platform, even though it's not my platform, like I don't own YouTube, I don't own TikTok. This is that is, you guys' business, that's you guys' platform, and I just decided to use my voice, then to use materials to be able to express myself without stepping on someone else. Okay, if that makes sense. So a lot of people, started disliking me for getting positive attention, like, oh, go girl, or I'm glad, you are recognizing things that you allowed to happen into your life, not happening longer, like abuse and stuff like that. So those of you who were close to me, like family, friends, and stuff like that, I don't appreciate you guys like being envious or jealous because I decided to do something that I didn't do it for attention. I did it to um, we grow and we evolve as a whole. So if you're constantly stuck in the house, you're constantly away from people, you constantly want to be secluded constantly, like it's okay to be an introvert because that's kind of what I am, but I'm also an extrovert. So I love being around people, I love communicating, I love meeting new people, I love finding out their, you know, their quirks, their quirkiness, or their bits, or how they think and stuff like that. So I couldn't just, like, I always, as a child, I used to talk to myself. And my grandmother would come in my room, like, who you talking to? I'm like, myself. Like, I was always a loner, like, as a child because of losing my mother. So, like, she would always, I don't know if my mother was present those times when I was a child because she knew I was hurting from her not being around. So, I would always, you know, just talk to myself. I still do it today. So instead of like internalizing my pain or things that were bothering me, I decided to make a, you know, to come on the platform to talk about, you know, those things. And, you know that I'm not alone, that people can relate to stuff that I have been through. And I'm hurt by the fact that people who are supposed to, you know my story, like more than anyone else in the world, to take my time of, you know, trying to heal and actually hear myself, um, you know, take it and turn it into, trying to turn it into something that's about them. Uh, a part of me wants to say I wish I could, you know, have hid my platform from you guys, or so that it wouldn't seem like I'm like taking, trying to take attention or always be the center of attention and stuff like that. But that was completely not my intention, and I feel very offended that you guys think that that was my motive for doing something individualistic, as coming on a platform to connect with people that could kind of relate to me more than you guys could. And I don't mean that in a, like, in a mean way, but you know, we all have certain things that everyone is not your circle is not going to be able to relate to. So I feel some type of way. Like, I'm really heartbroken that you guys will take that time from me growing and healing myself to be more present and more available for you guys, to hang with you guys better, you know, to understand you guys. You guys have, you know, parents and stuff like that. And sometimes you don't never know. Just imagine if I'm over your house, over one of my friends' girlfriends' houses, and, you know, your mother comes over and she brings you dinner. You ain't got to cook for you and your children that night. I don't have that. So internally within me, you know, suppose I was around you as a friend and was like, start hating with you and being ignorant, like, you can't cook your own food, why your mom gotta cook you and your daughter, you and your kids' food, because I don't have that. I'm sorry, ma'am, I don't have it. Imagine if I was like that to my friends and stuff. So some of y'all don't really know what people like. Not, and I was just using it as an example, but you never know. So imagine if I was that type of friend, and I don't have a mother, but I was like that towards you. That wouldn't be fair. That wouldn't be. No, I wouldn't be a friend. I wouldn't be a good friend. So sometimes people pull away to work on certain things within themselves, so that they can be better people with other people. So I feel like y'all misunderstood me, and it's not really my job to make you guys understand me. I just wanted to express this. You know, I could be the single friend who's always single, and you guys are always married. And I come over your house and don't leave knowing your husband is on his way home, and like those things in life you're supposed to learn. You know, you're supposed to learn your friends, you're supposed to learn your circle, you know, or have your own morals and respect yourself. Like me, if I know, unless I'm told that it's okay, if my friend's husband comes home, is on his way home, or he's home, I'm like, okay, girl, I'll see you later. Go ahead, you know, take care of responsibilities. She might be like, oh, girl, I ain't worried about that. No, it's cool. You can stay. Some people are like that. Other people be like, girl, you know, my husband on his way. Come on, get ready. you know. So it's about connecting with people. It's about um, speaking, being spoken to without someone actually speaking, being considerate, thinking about other people. So at this time, since I am trying to, love myself more and focus on being a better person with new people of, new hobbies I might like to do, and learn how to coexist with other people. This is why, I'm having this type of ascension in my life and kind of, trying to be a little bit selfish to see if, okay, will that work for me, or is that the type of group I want to be around, or can I hide that insecurity? And you guys are making me bring all of this out, but these are things that we all think about every day. And I'm not like, I'm just here to tell y'all, don't be afraid to experience your insecurities or work on that. So I'm just saying, and as a whole, with my tarot page and my platform and stuff like that, it's not to get attention, it's not to have blown up, it's not to have gotten rich off of people. It was purely innocent of you guys looking at things from a different perspective. Just like I come on here and I'll come up with, a thought, a pop in my head. I'm like, oh, I could talk about that. But imagine all the things that I have not touched yet. Imagine all the things that I have not experienced yet. We're all learning human beings. So I am hurt that, some of you guys feel like I'm always taking the spotlight, or it's always about showing that. And I don't think I come off as a very selfish person. I think I have been very unselfish, and I think that it's time for me to, be more selfish to myself. And if I have to do that, to appease myself, I will stay away from certain people so that you guys don't feel like I am being selfish. But in a way I am, but I don't want to be selfish to you guys. So, it hurts my feelings that I can't take time out to continue to grow, to adapt to, you guys' lives or you guys' circumstances, or even new people that I haven't met yet. So that's what I wanted to touch base on. I hope I wasn't talking too fast. I had to get the message out. But and it keeps happening. I'm just going to say, mainly with my sister, like stuff keep being brought up with her. As I already told y'all, whatever me and my sister went through, I've been apologized to her. We've been talked. So if she's still on that, if y'all are still on that, I really don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna be honest. Get over it, okay? It just is what it is. So, and I never get apologies from people, and I don't expect what you can't give me. Got it? I can't expect what you can't give me. Whether it's emotionally, financially, spiritually, psychologically, mentally. I don't expect it. That's why I try not to expect things from people. I accept it for what it is. Like, for example, if I'm standing on the corner, when I'm downtown standing on the corner and I really need some food or whatever, I don't try to go by, oh, he has the nicest car on this block within the last hour that I've been standing here, but he's not going to assist. It's not his job to assist. But I also can't assume that he can give me something that I am expecting. Okay? So, and my platform is, just basically about me going through life, learning lessons, and how I can help other people ascend, and just mingle with people that you may not even think that you're, that you never thought that you would even interact with or have a good time with, or stuff like that. So, as I said, we're going to say for the last time that I'm heartbroken by the fact that you guys always believe that something is about me, or that I'm selfish, and that you guys have to, group together and be like, no, fuck that, we're gonna do our own thing, we're gonna beat her out of it like she did. You're mistaken, man. That's what's coming off to me, and that's what keeps coming up. So I can't spiritual belch. I can't constantly keep choking myself with my own spiritual growth to appease you guys. I just can't, and I won't do it. I'm sorry. I will not keep choking myself with my own growth. It has to come up. I have to grow. I have to ascend. There are other people who, are waiting to meet me. There are other things that I have to adjust to. You know. So that's my message. I just wanted to say that. I hope that helped, other people. But I hope you guys do understand. Some of you guys understand where I'm coming from in that aspect when I say, it's not for attention or fame. It wasn't for money. It was, as I told y'all in my other video. He was like, he didn't understand, I understand either. I'm like, well, how you don't know about, how to as I told y'all in my other video, it's my inner child finally being able to speak after being, almost deemed, I don't know the correct words for this, but being deemed almost a autistic nonverbal child. And I it's amazing to me, it's not funny or anything like that, but it's amazing to me to remember that I used to not talk. It makes me smile when I think about it, oh, you were so quiet. And I used to remember when my grandmother's neighbors or her friends and stuff, shout out to Mr. Floyd, rest in peace, my grandmother's ex-boyfriend who passed away. I used to be so quiet. He would try to get me to talk, buy me cheese curls, take me to the store, just different stuff like that. And when I finally started talking, they were very shocked. It was oh my, she talking? She speaking? So, when I think about that, it makes me happy. I forgot about this flight for a very long time, that I could have been, they thought I was going to be a nonverbal autistic child. And then when I started talking a lot, they used to be like, oh my gosh, she talking my ear off. And I never got offended by it, as a child. I don't think I did. I used to have fun. They didn't hear me talk. It's first hearing your child talk, your baby first speak. Oh my God, he said mama. And then think about it, when your child is 7, 8, 9 years old, they keep calling you mom, mom, mom. What the fuck do you want? It was like that for me at a very young age, at an older age. They didn't get upset. They were excited. And I could actually see it. Babies don't really possibly remember, their parents getting excited for them saying their first words. So that's why a lot of people call me late bloomers. Those of you who are not so negative, because it does cross my mind a lot too. You guys will call me a late bloomer, body wise. I'm very small. I'm not gonna get real big. So whatever. But those of you who are on a more positive aspect and try to stay on that aspect, a late bloomer for me, being a almost diagnosed nonverbal autistic child, I was a late talker. I didn't, I wasn't thriving. And those of you who say, leave a child behind to have a new beginning, the tarot reader that said that, you need to be more positive, Astral Queen. Leaving a child behind to have a new beginning. No one's leaving anyone behind. I was a almost nonverbal autistic child who was dealing with a lot of information that I had to take in at a very young age that may have shut me down. And now I'm here. Hi, my name is Shawnette Lakeisha, okay? So, yeah, so don't be so negative. Don't body shame. Yeah, okay? So, constantly saying it and stuff like that, I get the picture. For those of you who have been trying to give me those downloads in a positive way, like my mother or father, anybody who has been trying to give me those messages in a positive way, like, you know, you were a late bloomer, you didn't talk, and look at her thriving. You know how they say animals, like cats and stuff and dogs, or mainly cats, they would kill off their kittens that were like sick, and service to 23rd and Banana, who would kill off their animals who were like sick and wasn't thriving with the other litter and stuff like that. You guys are seeing, like, they say stuff like that to me in this neighborhood. It is very mean, not nice at all. So these are the things. If you guys think I'm crazy, I'm not. These are the things that people have been projecting onto me. 33, base cash fare, or $8 per instrument is required. Service to 23rd and Banana. These are the things that people have been projecting onto me and saying to me. Sometimes people in the spiritual realm are not so very nice. They use your weaknesses and stuff that they know about you personally that you may not even know, and use them against you. So a lot of you guys, if you think that, a lot of you guys may have been trying to help me, and you guys are like, I don't understand, she don't get it, or why are you being nasty? We trying to help you. These are some of the things that people have been saying to me that gets me ticked off or gets me to react in certain ways. So I just want some of you guys to know that, you know, every ancestor in the spirit realm or messengers, everyone's not nice, okay? Everyone's not nice. I don't want to mention this, but I am, for the sake of this group, this part of the conversation. And when I talk about not thriving as like a kitten, and you know, a mother cat would kill off her kitten because the kitten is not thriving. When I told y'all, my father said when I was 16 that he would kill me and bury me next to my mother. My mother passed, as I said, when I was born, and because I was an almost nonverbal autistic child, he said that he would kill me, and I never understood that. And this was when I was 16. He said this, and I'm 31 today, and I'm just now getting the message as I'm telling you guys. Okay? So it's making sense now. It's all coming together. As to why my father would say that about me, but I never knew I was autistic. I never knew I was on the spectrum. I never knew I shut down after they told me my mother passed. You know, children don't know about shutting down. Children don't know, you know, if they're not talkative. They're in their head. They're in their mind. A lot of you guys used to talk about my feet and my toes. Since I was younger, like, I would keep my anger in. That's how shut down I was. So, as you guys know, your feet hold a lot of energy spiritually and physically. So I have bad feet outside of me having having jumped out a window, breaking both my heels. So my toes, talk about my feet, different stuff like that. You guys are very, very, very brutal. But by the grace of God, I can heal from that. Understanding me and what I've been through. But yeah, as a child, I shut down, and your anger, like my anger and stuff, went to my feet. Spiritually, like all of my energy, because I shut down. So, those of you guys who actually are helping me through this very tough time of things that have come up since I was, little, that I didn't even recognize that I needed to, continue to either heal from. You can't heal from something that you don't know about, It's just like when people say, oh, I'm not going to the doctor, and the doctor gonna tell me I'm sick, and they stay away from the doctor because they mentally, they be like, oh, I feel good. No, ain't the doctor tell you that you're sick with something, you start feeling it, right? That's what we say, especially us black people. So y'all would rather not know. So that's where, how I look at, certain things that I have been going through. So that's a lot, but I had to get that message out. And this could just be, strictly for me. Some of you guys may not get to see this video. Others of you, you guys get it. But as I said, I'm still amazed at the fact that I never knew I was so quiet. I used to suck my thumb a lot. Those of you who talk about my teeth, I was a thumb sucker. That's why I always used to be quiet too, because I used to suck my thumb like all day, every day, just like my daughters used to. But for my family, like especially my sister, for you to think that I'm trying to take the spotlight because I was a younger sister, a younger sibling, and it's like certain things you may have known that I didn't even know, that you still would take this time to think that I was being selfish. Once I started talking, that's when they started putting me in drill teams, and I started getting attention. Like, oh, look at little Butter talking, or she could talk, girl. Get out, go ahead, you could take out. No, she was gonna be quiet, and she talking now. At like 6 years old, when a child starts to talk at 2 and 3 years old. So I was like at least 3 years or so off of, and then I shut back down. Like I was already nonverbal, but then I shut back down at the age of 6 once I found out that my aunt wasn't my mother. Once at 6, she told me that my mother passed. I thought she was my mother. So you have to think about that reverting that took place from being already a nonverbal child at 1 and 2, 3 years old to start talking and getting active and learning my world, and then being shut down and like punched in your fucking mouth at 6 by finding out that somebody wasn't your mother. So imagine having to being what is the word? They call it, I said reverting, that's like the same thing, but I want to use the other word to make it more solid. You know how babies use, like they be in diapers and they start using a potty, but then they go back to wanting to be a baby. I don't know the exact word. I can't get it right now. It's on the tip of my tongue. But it's kind of what I went through. So, you guys, be a little nicer. You guys tell me all the time to be kind to myself, but I think you guys need to take that advice and be kind to me also. All right? So I'm going to end that message there. I hope this clears up and help how you guys interact with me. If not, you can call me crazy from going happy-go-lucky to I'll kill your ass all you want. That's my message. It's your girl, Queen. Peace and love.